This episode of Intoxicated is sponsored by BetterHelp. Please ask yourself this: is something preventing you from achieving your goals, and is there something interfering with your happiness? If the answer is yes, there is help out there for you. I know I've had my struggles with depression and anxiety. I'm pretty open about it on social media, but I just want you guys to know that you are not alone and there is help out there. So BetterHelp is an online community of therapists and counselors who are here to help you, and it's from an online source, so you don't have to go and sit in a waiting room or anything like that. I remember how uncomfortable it was to go sit in a waiting room, when I was super depressed and anxious, and it was just a lot for me. I'm so glad that there's something online where you can reach out to your counselors anytime you need to. You can also switch them out if one's not working for you. You can get a new one, and there are just so many out there, so many counselors available. Just visit www.betterhelp.com/Kelsi, Kelsi. And this is not a crisis line. It's not a self-help line. This is professional counseling done securely online. It's convenient, it's professional, and it is affordable. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and they also have financial aid that is available. There's counselors from around the world that help with anxiety, stress, depression, relationships, sleeping, trauma, and so on. I want you to start living a happier life today, and as a listener of Intoxicated, you guys will get 10% off your first month just by visiting our sponsor at www.betterhelp.com/Kelsi. Hey Kel Kats, welcome back to another episode of Intoxicated. I am your host, Kelsi Davies, and I am here by myself, with Lola, my haunted doll. Lola's always in the background of these podcasts. If you guys want to watch this live on YouTube, my YouTube channel is Kelsi Davies. That is Kelsi Davies. You can see me and all my highness. I don't know, my highness. I'm pretty high. My intoxicated choice of the night was, I almost said lettuce. I straight up almost said lettuce. I think I was thinking of the devil's lettuce, but my intoxicated choice of the night is weed. I had brainstorm haze, definitely got me pretty brainstormy, so I'm super stoked about that. I tried to get Drew to be on the podcast, but he was like, no, I'm too shy. I don't know what to say. He said he was too high to be on the podcast, which is Intoxicated. So last time on Intoxicated, we kind of ended on me talking about my psychic gifts. If you guys don't know this about me, I was born with psychic and medium gifts. It runs in my family. There's a Native American side of the family that had a bunch of gifts. My great grandmother read people's tea leaves, their futures. There was a lot of mediumship with my grandpa's mother and brother as well. They did a lot of seances and stuff like that. So I just wanted to share a psychic experience I had recently with Drew. Actually, it was pretty crazy. So it was for a month, I kept warning my boyfriend about, I just kept warning him about this car accident I kept seeing. I wasn't sure if he was involved or not, but I just kept seeing this accident with a silver car. And I kept warning him about it for a month straight up. That's how I am. If you guys are my friend, I'll text you guys. If I get things for people, I'll be like, hey, look out for this, or hey, this is coming up, you should be stoked about it, but I had to tell Drew. I was like, Drew, I keep seeing an accident, so please be careful when you're driving. Just please be careful, it might not be able to be avoided. I don't know what it is. I don't see you getting severely injured. I don't see you passing away or anything, but I do see this happening. It was a month later, something like that, and Drew calls me and he was like, the craziest thing just happened. I almost got in an accident. And I was like, what do you mean? He said there was a car in front of him and it was driving and its wheel popped off and it started rolling. And Drew was right behind all this, so he could have easily been involved. I guess a car hit the wheel and flew up and flipped over. It was a really bad accident. And I kept seeing a silver car in my vision. I was like, there's a silver car, it's gonna get in an accident. I don't know if you're involved, whatever. So I asked Drew, I was like, Drew, what color was the car? And he was like, it was silver. So that was like a pretty crazy psychic vision I had. That was kind of like a warning. I've had like a lot with friends that I just like, I don't know how it works. I don't know why I get them, but I'll just like get downloads of people or think of someone and something will happen. So if anyone out there, like I haven't really met like another psychic like me. I haven't really met, I can't talk. I'm so high. I cannot talk right now. I tried to do that like 3 times. It just did not work. Like it just did not work. I'm cracking up at myself. Lola's probably just judging me. She's probably like, you good. But I haven't met any other psychics that have like visions like me or have grown up with visions like this. Like they cause a lot of anxiety in my life, you know, that itself. I was really scared for Drew. I was really warning him like for a long time about this accident, and then that happened. I don't know if I've talked about this on my podcast. I know I have on my YouTube channel, but this was one of my like big like psychic premonitions where my mom like was just like, okay, that was really unexplainable, you know what I mean? So this happened, I think it was in 2018, 2019, something around there. But there were the holy fires that happened down where I live. And I had this insane dream like the night before. Sometimes my premonitions aren't super clear. Sometimes they are shown to me in such a weird and intense way, like a nightmare, like a lot of the times. But then sometimes they're very spot on. So premonitions come to me in my dreams. They also come to me like just daily when I'm talking to people. I'll just like start getting downloads of things. Like it's a little overwhelming and it's kind of hard to explain without sounding like I'm nuts. I had this like severe nightmare, and it was that the hills like by my mom's house, they were on fire. And there was like this big mushroom looking cloud that just made me super nervous in the dream. And it was just very distinct, and I just remembered it. But in the dream, like I was freaking out. We almost had to evacuate. Like I was trying to find my cats. It was just very chaotic. And I woke up and I kept telling my mom all day about this dream. So she was just like, all right, like, okay. Like she heard about the dream like 20 times that day. So she was just like getting over it. So we were driving, and all of a sudden we see in the distance, we see this big mushroom looking cloud, and it was like gray, like it looked just like a cloud of smoke, but it was like, it looked like a mushroom. And I was like, Mom, that's the cloud from my dream. That's the cloud. And she was like, what? Like, that's kind of weird. You know, I was like, Mom, we have to see like where it is. Like if it's on the hills by your house. So we drive further, and then my dad and I went to go look at the fires. They're on the hill, the exact hill that I dreamed of by her house. So that was like just so unexplainable. That made her like realize, you know, that I do have gifts, I think. There were little things like when I was little, I would kind of just stare off into space and like see things differently. I always just saw things differently, like the world around me. Like my mom would be like, oh, look at the cow in that field or whatever, and I would just be like, oh, I like the way the clouds form like this bird shape or whatever, like something just weird. I always just saw the world differently, I guess. I don't know, I was just kind of a weird child. Then I would also have these weird moments like when I was little, when I would know what was going to be on TV, or I would know what the ending of the movie was going to be. I would like tell my mom, oh, that girl, like she's a ghost, like she's not alive or whatever. My mom would be like, what? Have you seen this movie? And I was like, no, I just like, she's a ghost, she's a dead person or whatever. And then at the end there would be a big plot twist where the lady was like a dead person. I don't know, just like I don't want to name the movie because I don't want to spoil it. Just crazy things like that. I've just had my entire life, and I've never been able to explain them other than psychic visions. Like I would love to see who's out there who experiences the same things as me. You can comment on my YouTube channel or on my Instagram, TikTok. Both Instagram and TikTok are Kelsi Davies with 2 I's and 2 S's, KelsiDavies. So since we're starting out a little bit like psychic, spooky, I kind of want to talk about my mediumship, I guess. I don't know why I'm doing a weird thing with my hands. I don't know. I'm doing some weird things over here. But I just went to this super haunted hotel called the Cosmopolitan Hotel in San Diego. You guys will see that video very, very soon, probably in the next few days, probably tomorrow. I don't know. But it'll be on my YouTube channel. But we went to the Cosmopolitan Hotel in San Diego. It is one of the most haunted hotels in San Diego, and it, my friends, is so fucking haunted. It's insane. My friend Joey, he booked like one of the most haunted rooms. So we went in that room. We felt really weird in that room. Like he had a weird experience. He was showering before we came, and the door like flung open and like hit the wall, and it scared the crap out of him. And then my friends Mackie and Amanda, they were staying in a different room, and that room, right when I walked in, I felt so much more uncomfortable in that room than in Joey's room, which was super weird. But that was at the beginning of the night. Just wait till you see the video. It's crazy, but I'll explain a little bit here. So we went into Mackie and Amanda's room, and we had the REM pod. So a REM pod, it detects like static electricity or something around it. I don't know. It's like really hard to set it off, like is what I'm trying to say. Like you have to put your hand literally like an inch from the antenna to make it go off. And it also does temperature change. So when it does temperature change, it like beeps, and it's really hard to make it like beep. Like you can't really like fake it, I feel like, unless you had like a certain device you could put over it, but it would be super obvious. I don't know, I'm just rambling. But we had this REM pod, and we were in their room, and Amanda and I both felt like this presence there. We couldn't figure out what it was or who it was. So we asked whatever it was there, we asked them, can you make the REM pod go off? Literally like a couple seconds later, it goes off. And then we were like, can you make it stop? It stops. And we kept repeatedly doing that. So it was just like so insane. And then we went into Joey's room, and there were like a bunch of things coming through on the spirit box that were just super insane. Like it kept saying Mackie's name and just like weird stuff. So then we go into Joey's room, and that's when shit got insane. So Joey went into the bathroom or something at one point, and he walks out, and I caught this on camera. The door behind him just shuts by itself. Like no explanation. Like Joey wasn't recording, or he was just walking out of the bathroom, and I just happened to catch it on camera. And then I kept seeing this super tall man in the bathroom. So I stuck the REM pod in there, and I kept asking the man, I said, can you turn the REM pod on if you are here? Because I kept seeing him. I knew he was there. I just wanted him to like show himself, you know? He makes it go off, and it beeps or whatever. It's so insane, this video. Amanda gets touched, like her hair, like you literally see it get all like frizzy and messed up because something touched her head. Like I've never seen Amanda freak out like that. Amanda sees spirits every day, daily, but she doesn't like allow them to touch her. Whoever this was touched her, and I've never seen her freak out like that. Like she like grabbed her head and was like, no, like freaking out. So I cannot wait to share that video with you guys. It scares me, that video. So I'm gonna talk about more of the most haunted hotels I've been to. Cosmopolitan Hotel was probably on my top 3 list of most haunted hotels I've been to. I've also been to the Clown Motel. That was a terrifying hotel. It's a hotel dedicated to clowns, basically. Like there's a bunch of clown dolls in there. Some of the clown dolls were claimed to be haunted that people donated to the hotel. I guess they just redid it. Before, when we went, it was super run down, just super old and just super creepy. It's also built right next to a cemetery. Like when you park, you can see the cemetery right next to the parking lot. And a lot of those people died of what it's called the Tonopah Plague. I think it was the yellow fever back then. So my friend Chris Starr and I, we went and stayed at the hotel by ourselves in the most haunted room. And oh my God, that place was just so insanely creepy. We went to the cemetery. This is all on video on my YouTube channel, by the way. We went to the cemetery and we just kept hearing like things being thrown at us. We got a few things on the spirit box that were pretty weird, but we started like feeling like we were being watched. We felt like people were like running and throwing things. So we were getting really scared. And as we go to leave the cemetery, this chair just goes flying. It like I don't even know how to explain it. It literally like spun and then fell over like so it didn't just like fall over from the wind or something. Like it spun and fell. It was we were like ran. We were so freaked out, but we were here stuck in Tonopah. Tonopah is like in the middle of nowhere. Like it's this small town in Nevada in the middle of nowhere. We also stayed at the Mizpah the night before, so we were just stuck in this haunted ass town. And we went to sleep in the most haunted room. We kept hearing knocks on our door. Like we kept like thinking, I don't know if room service or something. There wasn't really room service. It was like a motel. So like, I don't know. We thought like maybe there was like someone delivering towels or something, like knocking at our door. So we would open the door and no one would be there. We'd shut the door, we'd go sit for a little bit, then we would hear 3 knocks again on the door. Like it sounded like someone was knocking on the door. So we would run over there and no one was there. It was so weird, just so bizarre. And we picked up this clown doll from the collection of clowns and we put it in our room. The next morning, it was like sitting different. I don't know. We had it like sitting up. It was sitting in a way that like it couldn't have just fallen over. Like this doll was moved. Like it was moved into a different position. So that was super strange and super freaky. And then the Queen Mary is, you know, you guys know I love the Queen Mary. The Queen Mary is like one of my favorite places to go to. I have like this weird connection with John Petter. He's the man who died in door number 13. He was crushed during, I think it was like a tight door drill or something like that. I'm not sure what he was doing. Some people say he was playing chicken with his friends. Like he was like 19 years old. So some people think that he just didn't get out in time and got crushed in the door. There's not really a clear answer as to how he passed. I don't know. If anyone visits the Queen Mary, just go down there and ask John to knock once for yes and twice for no. And he usually does it, and it's a clear knock. It's super weird. I think I was with Omar. This was forever ago. This was like when Omar and I first met. This was our first time meeting. Omar Gosh TV. If you guys don't watch him on YouTube, you should check him out. He has some cool, dope, scary content. But this was like the first time we met. And I was like, I think Omar asked, he was like, John, do you have a crush on Kelsi or something like that? And it knocked once for yes. And he wanted to see like if it could say no, if it was just like, I don't know. He was skeptical about it. He's like, I don't know if this is actually him knocking. So he asked, oh my God, I just saw like a full person in my kitchen. Ooh! Who is that? Okay, I just saw a full teenage boy in my kitchen. I'm not even joking. Like my cat is staring at him right now. Usually I don't see them that clear, but oh my God, like he looked like a person in my kitchen. Oh my God, my heart. John Petter, is that you? What the heck? Okay, all right. We're good. Anyways, Omar asked, he was like, John, do you have a crush on me? And it goes twice, knock, knock. And we like flipped out. Omar was like, oh my God, like it was insane. I've also had a weird experience. This was one of the first times I like realized I maybe had medium gifts. We were walking down near the pool. I think there was like a kitchen over there or something. And the tour guide, he was telling us this story about this cook, and he got in a fight with one of his employees. Someone shoved him in the oven, you know, and he wasn't done talking. And all of a sudden I asked, I was like, do you know if he was burned on the left side of his body? Because the whole left side of my body just started like feeling like so hot. Like it just started like it was just such a weird feeling. But we found out that the man, he got shoved in the oven, had severe burns on the left side of his body, and he died from his burns. He got like bacterial infection and stuff, like just passed away from severe infection. So that was one of the first times I really I don't know, I just knew, I knew I had this weird connection with spirits. Like, I would see things when I was little and feel things that I didn't understand, but like getting that validation of like that's how he died was pretty crazy to me. And then we were walking down this hallway and we were with the tour guide. We hear this scream, like a little girl screaming. And this is by the pool where Jackie is said to haunt. Jackie is said to be like this demonic entity posing as a young girl named Jackie, because there's no reports on the Queen Mary of a Jackie ever dying on the ship. And I've experienced her, and I do believe she's not a good spirit. I do believe that she is a demonic entity. There's definitely a lot of those on the Queen Mary. And we just heard her scream like so loud, and the tour guide ran down to see if like there was anyone down there, because no one was allowed down there. Only like people on a tour could be down there or whatever. There was no one there. Like, it was super strange, and it was super heavy down there. You could just feel how heavy it was. And then my experience with Jackie, she ran through our room. Like, we saw this little shadow run through our room and knock something off our shelf, but it was a dark shadow. Like, you could see it was a young girl, and I knew. I was like, that was Jackie. That was definitely her. I kind of want to see if we could talk to James like right now, because he's super like here. Like, he is strong right now. I don't know why. I don't know why he's showing himself so clearly. I'm not like positive if it's James, but like it looks the same height as him. Kind of the same as what I was seeing when he was here before. So let's see. I'm going to use the Spirit Box app. If you guys want to download the Spirit Box app, the link is in any of my social media descriptions. Also on YouTube, if you guys are watching this on there, the link is in the description below. On TikTok and Instagram, if you click the link in my bio, it is also there. Spirit Box app. Can you tell me who's in the kitchen? There's actually a couple spirits in here. Pretty active tonight. I guess, wait, what time is it? It's usually active around 10. Oh my god, it's 9:51. It's usually super active around 10 for some, I don't know why. I swear it just said 10. There's a woman here, as well as, I think it's James, and Lola's here as well. There might be one more, but I can't really figure out who it is. Yeah. Oof, I just got the chills so bad. Oof. Can you tell me your name? I heard Thomas. Is James here? Oh my god, my cat just ran from something. What is happening right now? Stop. Tito just booked it across the room. Oh my god. I heard that was me. Stop. Guys. Oh my god, it said yes. No. Can you tell me how many spirits are here with us? I feel like there's 4. 5. There's 5. There might be one in the other bedroom. There is. Okay. I think there's a man. Okay, I think there's a man in the other bedroom. I think there's a... I don't know if it's James or not. Maybe Thomas was the man in the room. I don't know. I'll just call him James. James is in the kitchen. And then Lola's sitting on the chair near me. And then there's one more person over there, and I think it's a woman. I don't know who the 5th one is, though. Who's the 5th spirit that's here right now? I heard Haley. Yes. Okay, Haley. Haley, are you the older woman or the younger woman? Oh, Lola said by me. Okay. I think she's younger. because the older woman's over there. Someone literally just whispered, like, right next to me. And Tito's going nuts. Okay. I'm gonna ask if any spirits besides Lola or my spirit guides or ancestors or Drews, if you guys can please leave, I would really appreciate that. Only positive spirits here are welcome. Positive spirits of love and light. Someone here was making me super anxious. Like, I don't know which one it was. It might have been the little girl. I don't know. Like, there was something weird about the girl. Like, that called itself Haley. I didn't really like that. I didn't like Haley. I just felt weird with her. Ew. This podcast turned into like a spirit session. It's weird because when I like get high, like weed isn't a hallucinogen. It doesn't cause me to hallucinate. Like I've smoked weed for a long time. It just heightens my senses and my gifts so much. Like it's weird. Like when I smoke weed, I just see things a lot more clearly. I feel things a lot more. My psychic visions are a lot more clear. It's so strange to me. You know whose house has like a lot of weird paranormal activity is Maddie's house. So Maddie, she moved back to her mother's just for personal reasons. We're still best friends. Her mom's house has this portal in it. Like I've had so many visions of a portal like being up in the fireplace for some weird reason. And she's always had weird experiences in that house. There's this spirit that's named Steve that we don't like, that just really messes with her, gives her sleep paralysis a lot. She's seen him in the house. You know, I've seen him, just super weird things. There's also this woman in this big black gown that we see. And Maddie's seen her as well. And I feel like she protects the house. I feel like she's more from the 1800s or something like that. And then there's this young girl with like this little bathing suit. So she looks like she's from maybe Lola's maybe Lola's era. Like early 1900s, 1920s, 30s, something like that. And she has this super old looking bathing suit on. And it was just weird how she like came to me in a bathing suit. But we found out, like when I was talking to her one night, we found out that she actually drowned. Maddie's mom lives near the ocean. So the beach is right there, you know, like she kept showing me her at the beach and the waves were too big and she definitely drowned. So sometimes it's really hard to breathe in the house. There's been theories on like the ocean, how the ocean is like haunted. Has anyone heard of that? Like, because there's so many bodies and stuff that are left in the ocean and dumped, and there's been a lot of like reports of ghost ships. I don't know if anyone's heard of that. I've heard of like phantom cars, you know, like why wouldn't there be like phantom ships? I don't know if like anyone believes in that, like the undiscovered ocean. Let's like get a little bit into that here. So our ocean has only been like discovered like a very, very small percentage. More than 80% of our ocean is unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored. So, oh my God, Tito's still running from something. I don't know, like in the depths of our ocean, like you see people like go deep sea fishing and they pick out these huge like fish and other weird looking creatures that they've caught. Like, I don't know what to call it, like fish creature things. But it's like, what else is there? There's always theories of mermaids, but mermaids like not like we think, like with the tail and like that are super pretty and all that. These things, like, they kind of look like alien weird creatures. I mean, there could be like mermaid people, I guess, but maybe they're not nice, like, you know, like Ariel or something. Or maybe they're like a different type of alien. I don't know what you guys think of that. I definitely believe like in USOs, unidentified submerged objects. We just went to Catalina Island. They are known for their USOs and UFOs. People have seen things coming out of the water, like aircrafts, and they've seen things going into the water. People have seen lights under the water, just things that aren't like possible with our technology they've seen. So I definitely believe that maybe there are like secret UFO hideouts under there or something, or government bases, or I I don't know. I think there's a lot that we don't know about that's undiscovered and unexplored. I mean, obviously, I'm just really high, so I'm just like repeating myself. And then there's also like the Bermuda Triangle that interests me a lot because so many people have just vanished around the Bermuda Triangle. I'm like, is something like abducting them, or is it just super hardcore weather like they say? I just think it's so weird that the amount of people who have gone missing. Let's see how many people have gone missing in the Bermuda Triangle. It says thousands of people, which is like, that's insane. Some people even call it the Devil's Triangle. So if people don't know, the Bermuda Triangle, it's a stretch of water in the Atlantic Ocean known to swallow up ships and vanish planes. For centuries, the Bermuda Triangle has been mystified as a harrowing patch of ocean where sailors and pilots are prone to lose contact with their natural world and disappear forever. It says when Christopher Columbus passed through the Bermuda Triangle on his first voyage to the New World, he recorded that a bursting flame of fire struck the sea, sounds like lightning, and caused a strange light to appear in the distance a few weeks later? In 1881, legend has it that Ellen Austin, a ship sailing from Liverpool to New York, encountered a ghost ship in the Bermuda Triangle and things quickly went awry. So it says that they wanted this opportunity to seize valuable cargo from the ship, you know, that's just how it was back then. And they sent some of their men in to occupy the ship and sail the remaining journey side by side. But a wicked storm quickly separated the two ships, and when they were reunited, I can't talk. And when they were reunited the next day, there wasn't a trace of crew in sight. The ship was once more abandoned, but left packed with valuable resources, so the captain of Ellen Austin tried boarding it again. But when the crew members got aboard for the first time, a thick and blinding fog rolled in and separated the ships. When the fog finally cleared, the ghost ship had completely vanished. Where the fuck did it go? What happened? That's insane. There's so many. The US Navy's fuel ship, it disappeared at Bermuda Triangle with 309 crew members and didn't leave a single trace of what happened. Wow, there's like thousands, of people, literally thousands, from ships to planes. They all just vanished without a trace, literally with no remnants, which is so strange. I don't know what if there's a portal, or what if there's a lot of theories, what if the Bermuda Triangle is a portal to another dimension? I don't know if you guys believe in other dimensions or the multi-universe theory, but we will get into that in the next episode of InTALKxicated. Thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. Super duper appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, even though I was alone. Make sure you guys, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure you guys are subscribed. Also hit that notification bell so that you guys know when I post. Give this podcast a big thumbs up for me. Give that like button a nice little tap. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Stay woke, everyone.